Welcome everybody. I hit the funny bone too. It's like so brutal. Oh my god. I hit my knee right before we started. Welcome in everybody. This is episode 11, technically, of Stick Drift. Randy, unfortunately, we have officially lost our episode. As you know,
this is 11.5.
Yeah, 11.5. That's a good way to put it. Because I was away for a week during SGF for Milwaukee Metal Fest, and goddamn, it was so cool. But what a hell of a week to be gone for. And then we come back and record an almost 2-hour episode covering all of the showcases that we saw and talked about. And the program just won't let us use it. Like, in any capacity, pretty much. It's really frustrating.
Yeah.
So,
and maybe we could fix it if we knew more about like video editing and like putting our own stuff together better, but we don't, so we can't.
So it's just kind of gone. So this episode is a pretty good like in between for that, where we're not going to be talking quite about SGF, but our main topic for today is going to be the rest of 2026 in gaming. We're recording this on June 17th of 2026, so we're going to talk about the rest of the year, what we're excited for, what we want to see, and with a Game of the Year talk. We're almost halfway through the year officially. What do we think we could see on the podium up there? We'll talk about Game of the Year, maybe some other conversations if we get to the point we have some time. But how have you been, Randy?
Can't complain. Playing a lot of video games.
Hell yeah.
A lot of video games.
Probably the most you've ever played in your life.
The most I've beaten in my life, definitely. I went through every Devil May Cry game once. I want to go back and play through at least 5 again. I beat Gothic. That was awesome. If you're into that sort of thing, Gothic is awesome. I beat Final Fantasy VII Remake, and I'm on Chapter 10 in Rebirth right now.
Hell yeah.
I don't know if I'm forgetting something in there or not, but
those are the ones that I remember you talking about. Yeah. So, hell yeah. But yeah, a lot of games to be played. I came back from Milwaukee and I started Baldur's Gate 3. I'm not far in it at all.
Oh yeah, I need to help you with that.
Yeah, I went back to it, kind of got used to it a little bit more. I still got some things to learn and some things to get used to, but liking it so far.
Awesome.
Keeping up with it. So, hell yeah. What I was going to say, I forgot to say this before we started recording because Randy's beaten so many games and he was like, well, we haven't been doing the Spotlight segment. We could potentially do an episode of what we've been playing. I've seen Kind of Funny and Co-op 64 been doing that, just kind of like an episode itself to talk about what we've been doing. So maybe we'll hit that at some point because I'll talk about some stream games with Ghost of Yotei and the Trails games that I've been doing because I've been making my way through Trails from Zero. What a fucking game. Holy shit. Yeah. But let's kick into some news because we've had some shit. We've had some shit happen. It's been rough. Mm-hmm. The only news story that we want to talk about, because again, we're trying to keep this a little bit shorter, but can't really not talk about it. Xbox studio closures.
Yeah.
You I kind of want you to kick us off then with it because you said you've had some differing thoughts.
Yeah, I have a bunch of differing thoughts, and I've seen a lot of people talk about this as well, and I don't know. I feel like I might be in the minority a little bit on this. On one hand, first of all, Xbox showing Senua and then at least trying to sell Ninja Theory, but closing them down like a week after that started getting like rumored before being like official.
Yeah.
And I think they were saying that the reason that they even showed Senua was to try to get investors interested, which first of all makes no sense. That's a bullshit excuse. It's like, here's a series that's famously underperformed for us. Do you hear it can underperform for you too? And like, I don't know. So my thing is, as Asha Sharma had said previously, there are some tough decisions that need to be made coming up. And I think a lot of people are upset with the fact that Xbox has very clearly poorly handled these studios. They've famously given them a lot of leeway and given them way too much leeway. As I've seen somebody say, they gave them so much rope, they hung themselves. They gave the studios so much rope, they hung themselves. And that's kind of where I'm at with it, where I don't think Xbox should have made these purchases in the first place. There were way too many of them. They spent way too much money on what the return was probably never going to be that big. I think like Hellblade, the first one, sold decently, but it was one of those things where graphically it's beautiful, the story is good, combat was kind of, the actual gameplay was bare bones, and it didn't really, I think it sold good for what it was at the time, but it was never going to be a AAA thing. And then Ninja Theory, I think in the past like 7 years has released Bleeding Edge, that like Overwatch kind of hero shooter thing that sold nothing. Nobody played that. They like stopped supporting
Didn't even
it.
know about
Like, yep, they stopped supporting it 5 years ago. I think it might have come out 5 or 6 years ago. So like within like a year or something like that, they stopped updating it. It's still playable for some reason because nobody plays it. I don't know why the servers are even active. There's like 4 players a day or something. I don't know. But
Shout out those 4 people, man.
yeah. And then it was like they made the sequel to Hellblade, which also didn't sell very well. And
now, when did Game Pass like start coming out? Because like I know Hellblade 2 is on Game Pass, so that also probably suffered.
So was Bleeding Edge was also on Game Pass. I had played it. I actually thought it was pretty fun, but it just like I don't know.
He's one of the 4 people.
Yeah, I was one. Well, that's like today, like 4 people.
Yeah, you're one of the 4 people today.
Yeah, I still play it. No. It's just I see it as more. I don't know. They shouldn't have bought these studios in the first place. Then they gave them a lot of leeway to be creative and make their own games and do what they want to do without having a bunch of oversight. And they made games that didn't sell well. And at the end of the day, as Xbox is a business, they need to make money. So while I think it's shitty that they bought them in the first place and that now the developers are getting punished, well, like the actual workers, not like the studio heads, are getting punished for this, it's a business and it was going to happen. Xbox needs to do it to be able to survive. And I don't think I don't think it's necessarily like a bad decision now for Xbox to be doing what they're doing.
So I want to open this up to a different conversation here because like we're hearing four different studios if I'm remembering correctly. It's have you seen that any of them have been shuttered already? Because I was seeing.
I don't believe so because I think I've seen,
they've all been.
There's so many rumors out right now that it's hard to say exactly what's happening, but it seems a lot like before they shutter them, they're either going to try to find like another potential buyer or maybe like do like a Toys with Bob kind of situation and maybe let them buy themselves out. So they're not just entirely closed. But I've also seen things saying where they might just try and close the studios because if they close them, they get to keep the IPs. They still own the rights to the games. So
because I've seen it's 4 studios. It's Compulsion Gaming,
Yep.
Compulsion Games that did South of Midnight most recently. It was Ninja Theory for the Hellblade games and Senua. It's Arkane, and it's what was the 4th?
Was it every Arkane? Because I know Arkane has multiple studios.
Right. Let me see if I can find out which Arkane it is. Hold on.
Yeah.
Other threatened Xbox studios were not named. Oh, Double Fine was the 4th one.
Yes, Double Fine. That one is like they make. I feel so weird about it because on one hand they make really cool like artsy games that again it's one of those they were never going to be AAA like blockbuster things for the most part. But a lot of times they just kind of like underperform.
For what they're looking for, at least.
For what even for what they're looking for, because like what was their most recent game was Kiln, right?
Oh, Kiln, yeah.
Take a wild guess how many players Kiln has on Steam at this very second.
It's probably. I want to give them good faith. I don't know what the peak was. My guess would be a couple thousand at best.
Okay, and how many do you think there are right now?
I'll go 5,000.
Okay, there's 7 players right now, and it had a peak of 193.
Now, granted,
this is kind of what I'm saying. This is
very much a Game Pass game, but still.
Yeah. But this is kind of what I'm saying with like, Microsoft made a bad purchase, maybe had too high expectations for what the purchase was going to return in the first place. But then these studios make games and 7 people playing 2 months after it comes out in a game that is multiplayer.
Yeah. That has nothing other than multiplayer, I don't think.
Yeah, I don't think that's terrible.
Yeah. Now, I want to push this because this is interesting too, and I did just hear kind of funny talk about this, but it is an interesting conversation. I wonder what your thoughts are about this because Asha Sharma is clearly with pulling Gears and Clockwork Revolution to be console exclusives. Which, fuck you, man. No one else is going to get this because a lot of this conversation happened on the episode. Man, fuck this. Because let me tell you, Kind of Funny had a big discussion about like, well, console exclusive means it's only going to be on the Xbox console. And they're like, no, it's on PC. And they're like, what the fuck do you mean? It's console exclusive. And they're like, no, they just mean like Xbox is the only console you can play it on. And they were like, that's fucking stupid. And I'm like, I fucking agree, man. That's confusing as shit. Anyway,
it's incredibly confusing. I totally agree that. But yeah, no, he didn't know that.
You clocked it instantly. Yeah. But with Asha Sharma pulling certain games onto console and like pulling the PS5 tag to it, she's clearly kind of moving in a direction where she wants to pull the Xbox. Oop, I'm so sorry, you guys. I'm low. That you guys probably heard that so loud in the microphone.
It wasn't that bad.
Okay, good to know. I tried to keep it up so that it wouldn't sound, but sometimes it still does. Where was it? Oh, so Asha Sharma pulling these games to console exclusivity. She's clearly making Xbox the viable place to play. Now, she's also stated pretty recently, I think, too. I don't know if you can even pull up the quote, but I think she even said she wants Xbox to be the biggest publisher in gaming by 2030. Now, I didn't really think about it. You can't do both of those at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
Because in order to have console exclusivity and make it important to be playing on Xbox, you have to be putting games on Xbox that aren't elsewhere. But if you want to be the biggest publisher, they have a lot of they have a lot of studios. They have the means to be like, hey, if we want to put all of our games everywhere, we're gonna put Call of Duty everywhere. We're gonna put this everywhere. We're gonna put that everywhere. We have all of these studios. We can do that, and we can be a massive publisher, especially by 2030. But you can't do both. So you're already kind of in the vein of like, well, what do you move towards? And by closing all of these studios that are making these artsy games, no, Double Fine isn't going to be making those big games, but their games are important. They do hit a certain audience for certain people, and you can publish them. But if you start closing these studios left and right, are you really going to be the biggest publisher by the end of this? How much?
It's kind of it. I agree. Double Fine might be a bad example with Kiln having 7 players on PC right now, but because
it's not PC, it's Steam.
Yeah, on Steam. Okay, but I don't even.
It is still
like Game Pass. Yeah. But
because I'll be real with you. I don't know what the sales of Kiln are, but I'd argue this. It's probably close to 7.
Well, it's at least 193.
That's a good point, actually.
Actually, you know what? Maybe some of those people were funded. Who knows? So,
because I think it's a perfect Game Pass game. That's a game where it's like I would not pay money for this, but it looks fun. I'll jump in with my friends, and I'll let you make your point because I have another point to make. But go for it.
That was kind of thing where they do need to have games that pad out Game Pass, but also, and maybe they're not going to make like insane profits or whatever, but it's something for Game Pass. But with how much they've lost recently in revenue, they kind of need bangers, and so it's in a weird spot where we need these games to pad out. Maybe we can make better deals with third parties to have them put it on without being the publisher of these and losing more money potentially.
Yeah, because then my next question is like, I'm curious on your thoughts of this too, because like obviously at some point, Satya Nadella, who is the CEO of Microsoft, do you know the name offhand?
I don't off the top of my head, no.
Hold on, before I continue this and make an ass of myself, I just want to make sure I'm getting it. CEO of Microsoft, Satya Nadella. How much of this is like the studio closures? How much of this is Asha Sharma saying, "Hey, like you guys aren't making enough money," versus Satya Nadella saying, "Hey, you guys spent $69 billion on Activision Blizzard. We kind of want to start seeing this.
Recoup some of that, yeah.
Like we need to start seeing some profit." And
that's just I don't think something we're gonna ever like have an exact answer to.
Right? No, we're never gonna see the underlying thing. But like, how much of it is because like Asha, granted, on the public face of it, has been very pro Xbox, pro I want to move things in a certain direction, and then we see this, and it's kind of like, why are you doing this then? And I don't know if it's her. I think it's Satya Nadella. It's Microsoft.
I think it kind of goes hand in hand. I think that like to move in the direction they want, they need to have room in the budget to be able to do it. Cutting these companies and stuff, while it's bad right now, and I feel bad for the developers who make these games, it's from a business standpoint, that's kind of, it might be what she has to do. Who knows? We won't know if it works or not for a couple of years. It might end up being, maybe this studio can go on, maybe these next games that these studios end up putting out, if they get bought or buy themselves out or something, end up being amazing. But as of right now, they're not. Well, I shouldn't say
not amazing. No, just for what Xbox. For the metric that they need to look at that they haven't been. Yeah, that sucks.
And I think like
that's the important way to
like I think South of Midnight had a budget of around like $100 million and made like 20 million.
Honestly, I'm shocked that it even made that much.
Yeah, and I don't know how much of that. I don't know if that includes Game Pass. I don't know. I don't think Microsoft ever really talks about like how much a game boosts Game Pass profits or not.
Right.
And I know people were recently talking about how, and again, there's been so many rumors floating around that a lot of these are probably bullshit. Some of them are probably true. Who can really tell? Apparently, there was a rumor floating around, I think today, from a Bloomberg video where they were, I'm blanking on the name of the guy who did it, but they were They had said that
from where?
I think it was Bloomberg.
Was it Jason Schreier?
Yes, Jason Schreier. There was a thing with Jason Schreier where he had said reported that Compulsion Games was told that we don't really need to make a lot of money off of this, or we don't really need to make money off of this game. We just need it to like win awards and pad out Game Pass, basically what you were saying, and then to turn around and close the studio.
Shut them over.
Again, if that's true,
right?
I think that's one of those things where is it first of all like a contractual agreement where it's like we don't really give a shit, but like at a point, what point does that become? Oh, hey, you lost us $80 million,
right? Where it's like we can't really keep doing that.
Yeah, like you might have won some awards for some things, but like the game really underperformed. Right. So, yeah.
Because I was thinking I saw this somewhere, but I'm not finding it anywhere. I thought Microsoft recently stated that they want. I'm only seeing a Reddit thread, which is why that's not where I'm going to pull on.
That's
this
not.
shit
Yeah,
from,
that's not a great source.
But like it says, Microsoft executives have been expecting the Xbox division to achieve 30% profit margins, which they're absolutely not hitting with these kinds.
And that's kind of also with like Gears of War E-Day apparently had again a report not from Microsoft itself said that it has a budget of $400 million, which
I did
even at Gears peak it wasn't. It was making. I don't. Was it making that?
I wouldn't think so. And again, like I don't, and even like you said, at its peak, how long ago was its peak? Because it ain't Gears 5 and it ain't Gears 4. So
I would say it probably Gears 2.
Coalition. Yeah.
What did Gears
so
War
it's not
2
even
sell?
the Coalition's Gears. So I don't know, man. I'll ask this as a better question. Would you start to think like, do you think it's a better place for Microsoft or not Microsoft? Sorry, for Xbox to say to get out of the hardware developer thing and just be that third party publisher? Do you think that 10 years from now, in 2036, can we see Xbox do what Sega did? So 10 years might be a little soon, but like.
Yeah, the thing is, we could see them make that decision. I think. I hope they don't. I would rather them turn it around because Nintendo isn't exactly a direct competitor for Switch and Xbox, or for Sony and Microsoft. They don't really try and do that.
They don't need to.
And I don't like. Sony would basically just have a monopoly then.
And that's like again, I am an Xbox fan. But my biggest reason for wanting Xbox to succeed isn't even so that Xbox succeeds. It's so that PlayStation doesn't go unchecked. I mean, fuck, man. I forget what happened. I think we talked about it before, but I think it was the moment that we saw that Phil Spencer and Sarah Bond left Xbox. I think within 2 days of that, we saw Sony say that they're pulling their PC ports from now on. Like, yeah, they don't even have to wait. They're like, that's literally them saying, all right, we won. All right, we're good. Well, fuck you guys. Exclusivity's back.
Well, I mean, so actually, I think that was around a different time frame. I think that was around the time frame that was Sony said that, and like a day or two later, Asha Sharma was already the CEO of Xbox, and a day or two later, it was announced that the next Xbox was supposedly going to have more PC integration.
Okay.
So that would be a thing where if, let's say, the rumors at the time were true, and now we're seeing some kind of conflicting things on that, but the rumors at the time were true, and Xbox was going to have like Steam available on the console, then PlayStation games would kind of technically be available through Steam on an Xbox. And so for a day before that kind of announcement is made, for Sony to be like, hey, we're not putting our stuff on Steam as much anymore.
That's fair.
It kind of seemed like it was supporting it.
Okay.
But now I guess some of that stuff has kind of been pulled back a bit. I know Asha Sharma recently said something along the lines like if they were to like do like a high-end PC thing, like gamers don't have $2,000 to be spending on a console.
Right.
So it seems like that wouldn't really be. I don't know. We'd have to wait and see because yeah.
And it's like Sony going unchecked. Like I was trying to find the quote right here, and I didn't succeed. But so I'm going to see if I can jog your memory a little bit. But Sony was recently saying like, yeah, like we don't know if we can, like we don't know if we're really going to be pushing to get like new, like with the price of hardware right now, we're not really looking to get new people to buy a PS5. We're just going to look at options to monetize our current player base. And I'm like, wow, that's just that's just a horrible way to put that. That's just like, how do we, that's literally them just being like, yeah, we don't really need to get new people. We just have to find a way to squeeze more money out of the people that already are in our ecosystem. And I'm like, that's a shitty way of putting it, but like consoles are expensive.
Yeah. But yeah, no, I think like the whole like hot topic thing that I think I wanted to say was I just see so many people talking about it and like being like really, really mad at Xbox for these decisions. And I think people understand the business side of that, right?
Yeah.
But they're putting, I think, a little too much blame on the fact that Microsoft and Xbox they did make a bad purchase in the first place. but then and then it's like the developers are kind of getting punished for that. But also with how much leeway they were given to making a game, and let's say, for example, South of Midnight, if you're given a $100 million budget, and then you make a game where people say, hey, the story is cool, the art is cool, the combat is horrible. I personally think it's horrible. A lot of people say it's just at the very least bland. And it's like, all right, well,
I like the boss fights, but
yeah, I thought I don't even. I think I lasted like 2 hours in that game, and I was falling asleep. I thought the combat was.
I love this. I love the story and the art style, but the combat.
Yeah, I agree.
But
it seemed cool.
That was the complaint that I heard first. So I put the difficulty to the easiest difficulty, so I could make my way through the combat easier.
Yeah.
So I
didn't hear about the complaint. But yeah, it was regardless. It's like at a certain point, there is some also responsibility for you to kind of hold up your end of the bargain and make at least, I don't know, something. When the best you're getting is, it's fine, is like,
it's rough.
That's rough. The developers have to take a little bit of it. And I'm not saying the individual people coding the game, because obviously they're not the ones making those decisions. But
right,
as long as the game's like working and whatever, and it clearly wasn't coded horribly, then I can't blame them. But I think that it kind of goes both ways on that.
Yeah. It's always rough talking about this stuff because it sucks, you know? I mean, because at the end of the day, I look at these and like, I think Senua will look really cool. I hope they find someone because I'd like to see how that game pans out. I want to play the Hellblade games. I enjoyed South of Midnight. I know I'm, I don't know if maybe the minority, but it did win.
I don't know if I'd say minority, but I think most people were like, it's okay.
Fine. Like you said, it's not glowing reviews. Who are the other two? Double Fine. I mean, granted, I haven't played Kiln yet. It's downloaded. I have it installed, and I've been meaning to play it. We'll see.
Yeah. And Double Fine has made a lot of cool stuff in the past.
Brutal Legends, Psychonauts. Keeper.
I thought Psychonauts 2 was really cool. It might have underperformed. I don't remember the stats on that one, but.
And then even Arkane. Like I said, I couldn't find anything more specific because again, everything's kind of like hearsay and rumors right now. But we'll see. Like that would suck. So we'll see where they go. We'll see what Xbox keeps on doing. You know, they're in the news an awful lot right now, for good or bad. So I'm sure we'll.
Them. It seems to be it seems to kind of flip flop every day. Of like Xbox made some like, okay, this is a good decision, and then what the fuck?
Like, oh shit, man. Yeah.
So there's a lot of change. We'll see what happens with it.
Yeah, I'm sure we'll be able to talk about it more next week.
Developers.
100%. Hearts go out to them. So we'll see what happens. But I know it feels weird to go from this to this, but let's talk about games that aren't canceled and what we're really looking forward to and stuff like that.
Who knows?
I mean, true. None of these games are out yet, so we'll see.
Yep.
But yeah, we want to talk about games that we're still psyched of for 2026. Like I said, this is kind of like a cool roundup for SGF or SGF week. We're not really going to be talking about games that are 2027. I mean, Randy, did you have any games that you wanted to talk about that don't have concrete release dates, or is everything you have written down?
I think I only put with concrete release dates.
I mean, you said you only put 5 down, right?
Yeah.
How many games? I mean,
I only put 5 down there. I know I'm missing some. It's really. I was looking through my Steam wish list and things. Yeah.
I literally have 20 written down. Now, granted, some of these games are going to be like, oh, this looks cool, and then we move on to the next. But
I think I only put stuff down that was like guaranteed release date, but not guaranteed, but yeah,
right, yeah, of course, yeah. So how do you have them listed? Because I put mine in release date order.
Oh, I did not order them.
Okay, because I was going to say like I did like
a vague like least to most excited.
You know what? Since I have so many more games anyway, there's I mean, do you think I have your 5 games listed?
Definitely a couple of them.
All right. You want to just run through your list, and then I'll just hit my list with the rest of them, and we kind of just discuss from there?
So I actually do want to start with this because, first of all, it's coming out tomorrow. Adventures of Elliot, Millennium Tales.
Okay.
It's weird because this game looks really cool, and yet the more I see of it, the less I get excited. And the reviews have been coming out, and they're mostly they're mostly pretty positive. I think like 7s to 9s, basically. But my thing with this game, when I was seeing it, when I saw less on it, that made me very excited was, first of all, the art style of it, and just made by the people who did Bravely Default and Octopath Traveler. So I was like, oh, this could be really, really cool. And the more I saw of it, I was like, this kind of looks like an old school Zelda game, which isn't a bad thing. It's just not normally my jam. It's a lot of like puzzles, not a lot of story, and I'm cool with puzzles. But like when I'm getting like when I'm doing exploring these areas, I like to have some story going along with it, finding little cool like story things that bring out the world. And I was like, I don't know, we'll see. And then I know Square said this is much more of an we see people making those comparisons. This is much more of an RPG than that, than like old school Zeldas were. And I was like, okay, there's gonna be like some story and like some character upgrades and like a progression thing. And then the reviews have been coming out, and the combat's cool. There are some cool progression things. The story seems kind of cool, but I have been seeing quite a few reviews saying you're not going to be surprised by anything in the story. This has been done before.
A very cookie cutter kind of thing.
Yeah,
I haven't seen any reviews for this.
Okay, so yeah, I've been looking into them. So I'm like, well, if the story is not even that good, then it's just kind of like Zelda with some better combat and more progression. Well, old school Zelda with better combat and more progression. And it's like that could be still fun, but do I want to spend $60 on it? And it's like
that is fair.
Now I'm just like in a weird spot where I'm like, do I get it? Do I not get it? I don't know.
Yeah,
and I was looking forward to this for a while, so I'm like,
Yeah, this is one that you've been talking about. I know. Again, we talked about our Fantasy Critic League. Jake has had it on his board now for a bit. It is at Metacritic so far. It's sitting at an 82, which is like, I kind of expected it to sit there. Yeah. It's like it's better. It's better than mediocre. Like it's not one that people are looking down upon. It's getting 8s. It's getting more 8s than 7s for sure. So people are kind of high on it. So like you said, respect.
It's not blowing people away, and like I think the story is probably from what I've seen is probably the biggest detriment to that. Some people are saying it's kind of interesting because I know like there's like a time traveling kind of mechanic where you're going through like same areas through different ages trying to fix things in the modern day, but it's one of those things where it's been done, and maybe it's visually represented in a cool way and it's fun, but would that keep me engrossed in that kind of game? I don't know.
Yeah, totally fair. How do you feel about a stupid fucking hat?
You know what my biggest problem is it's not the hat, because it kind of looks like red mage stuff in Final Fantasy. It's their naming conventions for things just seem fucking stupid. First of all, what? Adventures of Elliot.
I mean, true. The Millennium Tales would have been great.
That would have been great. Call it the Millennium Tales.
Just the subtitle.
And then the name of the land is Philadelphia.
That's insane.
Like,
may as well call it Philadelphia. Why not?
Like, like
that's insane.
Cringy, to me at least. But I don't know. The gameplay looks fun and everything, so I'm like, I'm kind of hoping maybe I'll play the demo and like see if it.
Hey, if you're on the fence now for $60, may as well check out the demo first.
Yeah.
So everyone, let us know what you think about a stupid fucking hat. It's a really stupid hat.
Yeah, it's not. I've seen things like that in like the Final Fantasy Red Mage. I know at least in 14 does that.
It's just it's just so much blue and then such a distinct red hat.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think he takes it off at all? Like the entire game?
Yeah,
I was gonna say like over under 2
like
times.
A Meg situation on Family Guy where a hand comes down and like
pulls it back down.
Yeah,
I can so see that. Okay, but yeah, no, this is not one that I'm gonna touch on. I downloaded the demo and kind of again like I didn't really dig too deep into it, but it did like I went into that dungeon for the first time and I was like, oh, this is really exactly what I thought it was for what I'm playing. Again, I was not getting engrossed in the story. That was my own fault. I wasn't giving it the 100% that I should have. But I don't think it's one for me. But again, this is a perfect example of a game. Like, man, if that gets added to Game Pass, I'll fucking download it and try it. But I'm not.
It might honestly. I know Octopath Travelers have.
Yeah, that's true. So here's hoping.
Yeah.
What's next on your list?
Unless you had something on my list, I have the Trails in the Sky second chapter.
This is one of my this series is goddamn insane, dude. Second chapter, so I started with Trails of Cold Steel, then I played Cold Steel 2, which is the 6th and 7th games in the franchise. Didn't realize that until someone mentioned it to me in my chat on Twitch, and was like, "Oh, fuck, I'm gonna go play the first one." So I played the OG, and then when I finished the OG, they remade it. Like it was right around the same time, so I jumped into second chapter, and this guy was telling me he's like a big Trails guy. He was basically saying like, play second chapter. That's going to be how you know if you're in. Like, because very much like what you said with the first remake, it's like this isn't a phenomenal story on its own. It's setting everything else up.
Yeah. And
goddamn, the second chapter delivers. That story, everything about it is so good. Like, if you liked the first one, you're gonna love the second. Like, I would be so shocked if anyone starts to play the second who enjoyed the first and drops off. Like, it wouldn't make any sense to me. It's crazy.
Yeah.
So
unless you didn't
that's
know like
September
how the story
17th.
was going, and you play the first, and you're like, the story's fine, and then you just like, if you don't know anything about what comes,
Right, yeah.
then yeah, I could see that. But
Yeah.
yeah,
You're gonna be insane.
yeah, that was that one. I have. If you want me to just keep going, because I feel like we're gonna have some overlap in these, especially my first one.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, like I said, just keep running through years.
Gears of War E-Day, we just saw a lot
absolutely.
on it. I think it looks really solid. There is something to be said of, is Gears like past? It's definitely past its prime, but like how much of it feels like Xbox is riding on this a lot, and I don't know if even if it's the best Gears game that ever came out, with it being past its prime, is that even going to be enough?
How good could it do? Yeah,
how good could it do?
Yeah. My hope for it is it's the best one of the Coalition games, which in my opinion is a pretty low fucking bar. All you got to do is be better than 4 and 5, and man, I don't think 4 and 5 were that good. So I
didn't really have problems with 4. I didn't think it was amazing. Definitely not as good as 3, but.
And I mean, like, I don't think people look too high. I mean, people don't talk about Judgment, but I thought Judgment was leagues better than 4.
I forgot that even. I never played that one.
That's fair. That was a fun one. That was the prequel. It was really cool.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I think seeing the old group and getting those faces together again, I think are really cool, because I do think a lot of the excitement and stuff around Gears was the relationship between Dom and Marcus, and I think just having that back will feel good again. So as long as you can back that up with an interesting enough story, really cool gameplay, and stuff that people loved about Gears, I think you'll already be ahead of the game. I don't it's not deep. So as long as you can get those characters that we loved back, I think we're probably in for a good time.
Yeah, so. I think it's kind of a Space Marine 2 situation, where like Space Marine 2 came out. Everybody loved Space Marine 2. They were like, hey, this feels like an Xbox 360 game in like modern day. Like that's all they like. It has the shorter campaign, the multiplayer. It has another side mode that people maybe you could stick around for a bit and play. But after like the first like month of release, there's not too many people playing that kind of thing. And that's kind of my thing with where I'm at with Gears, where I'm like, that could be that, but the expectations being set for Microsoft seem really high. So it's I still think I'll have fun with it, and I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, it's the story every time. Was it a fun game? Yeah, I had some fun. Is it going to hit its metrics? Absolutely not. Not even close. So we'll see what happens.
Then I have Valor Mortis.
Hell yeah. October 13th, because it got pushed. It was September 24th.
Yep, it got pushed back like a month. Not much to say about it other than I saw that like the first person Souls like ish kind of thing that I saw, and I saw the gameplay at the SGF, and I'm in. Like it looks like a great time. I think it was the Xbox showcase. Yeah, that showed it. Yeah, they had a really good showcase, and because they showed the same. They also showed that Magician: The Devil's Deal game. Yep. That looked really cool too. Not this year though for that one. Right. Who's developing this? One More Level? I've never heard of them. They did a game that I have heard of, and I don't remember what it was. Oh, Ghost Runner. Ghost Runner, yes. Yep, that's it. Okay, so they've done Ghost Runner. So yeah, no, this one showed off real well at the showcase. Absolutely super interested. I was in Milwaukee when we watched the Xbox showcase, and as soon as that game was shown off, both Brian and Jimmy opened their phones and went to Fantasy Critic to bid for the game at the same time. Really? Once we saw the September 24th release date. So one of them got it, the other one didn't. But yeah, I'm super hyped for this. Like you said, first-person Souls-like looking game. I'm totally interested in. That could, for a genre that's kind of, getting beat like a dead horse at this point, where we're just seeing game after game shooting in that kind of genre. This is an interesting enough twist that could be like, all right, that could be different enough that'll stand out, and that's what you need when you hit this many. I think what'll interest me the most is like how Souls-like will it feel, because I think a big thing that all Souls-likes have is third-person lock-on camera, which this cannot have. You can't. If it has a lock-on camera, it's going to feel like shit in first person. So how's it going to feel? How's it going to feel? Is it just going to feel like? Is it? I don't know if it'll really feel like a Souls-like. Then it'll just feel like a difficult first-person action game. Yeah. Yeah. So I'm very interested to see the direction that takes. And Napoleon's in it for some reason, I guess. Yeah, sure. Why not? Yeah. Then on my list, I had Onimusha: Way of the Sword. September 25th. Hell yeah. Yep. I did not have this. This was the only one that you mentioned so far that I didn't have. Yeah, I figured. When you showed me 20 games, I was like, all right, he has pretty much everything.
Yeah.
So
I'm shocked that I didn't put Onimusha down, but
yeah, no, I haven't played the previous ones, but it looks really fun to me. I don't know, and Capcom's been kind of like nailing it recently, so I got no reason to think this is going to be a bad game.
100%.
Especially with me just playing like all the Devil May Cries. I want
Where
this.
do you think this lands on like OpenCritic and Metacritic and stuff?
I'm gonna go with 85.
I was gonna say 86.
Yeah.
So same ballpark. Hell yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, fuck it. If they hit that, they're on a run, dude. Insane.
Yeah.
Insane.
Yeah, they really are. And then finally on my list, I got Final Fantasy Resonance. Yep.
Absolutely. So it's interesting because like I didn't know this because when we were talking about this, granted it was on the Lost episode that you guys will never hear. When we were talking briefly about this, you brought up the Brave Exvius stuff and that it's like kind of adapted from that. I did not know. So Octopath Traveler 0 was the same thing. Did you know that?
Yeah. Yep.
I did not know that. So that gives me like I got worried when you said that, but now knowing that that's what Octopath Traveler 0 was, I'm not nearly as worried. Because like, damn, if they could pull that off with Octopath, I think they can definitely pull it off with Final Fantasy. So
yeah, it just depends on how. First of all, I don't know the story of Brave Exvius, so I don't know how good that is. Obviously, they're probably going to be expanding on it for a full release like this.
Yep.
So there's that. I think the only real like mobile thing for it is those visions. The only like real carryover, other than like the story, like technically the setting and stuff, is like the visions of like summoning another Final Fantasy character, behind like the party members.
Right. Yeah.
And I think like the main protagonist, I think his name was Rain, is from the game too.
Okay.
I think really the only like detriment that could bring right now is like I kind of want this game when you're doing this like massive. I don't know about how massive, but you're doing this. Finally doing an HD 2D turn-based Final Fantasy game, like everybody has wanted, and then you put in characters from other Final Fantasy. It doesn't really feel like it's on its own legs. Then it's standing by itself.
Yeah, that's fair.
I feel like that's I don't know how much of a detriment that'll be to the game. I don't see it being a huge issue, but I thought it would have been cooler to me if this was its own contained thing and they had like maybe like summons or something that you had, or mobs like a cactuar or something. I don't know, but like just something like that instead of kind of hoping to build off hype of previous Final Fantasy games.
Yeah, I think this is a good healthy balance between like, hey, this is Brave Exvius and what we're kind of bringing over and what people really like about that to this single player core experience that you're going to be playing on a console. I think, and like, you know, I don't know, because I don't know how long it took to develop this. I mean, it's obviously like it's June 17th of 2026. Like this had to have been in development long before Clair Obscur came out. You know, I think a lot of people are kind of quick to jump in and say like, oh, finally, Clair Obscur's success is like, oh, bringing back the classic Square Enix formula. And I'm like, well, I think this was this was their idea before then, but they're probably much happier about it now. So I think this is kind of, I mean, I have no idea where Final Fantasy 17 is going to be going. I would doubt it's going to be a turn-based game, but I think if enough,
I doubt they'll do fully turn-based for that.
Right. If there's enough people that show up for Resonance and kind of like do scream to Square Enix that there is still this audience that clamors for this turn-based action combat, and if it does it in the right way that pleases classic Final Fantasy fans, which I think is damn near impossible anyway. So I think it's kind of like it's a bad chicken to chase, but turn-based isn't, especially with what Clair Obscur did. Like I think a lot of people see that Clair Obscur thing, and if they're looking for something else, you know, you have the Final Fantasy name. This might be something that people try. So I'm super into it. I love the HD 2D stuff. I think this looks amazing. So I am 110% in.
Oh, me too. Yeah, that's why I put it at number one. I have like the slightest hint of worry because of the mobile connections. That just kind of leaves a bad taste. But other than that, like,
and like I said too, like I am so much less worried. Like because Octopath Traveler 0. Granted, again, like always remember when we bring this stuff up, like it's always. I look at Metacritic scores and it's just a couple guys' opinions, you know? It's not like it doesn't tell the whole story, but it is something to look at. Wow, I actually didn't know they were all this close. Octopath Traveler 1 is an 83, 2 is an 85, and 0 is an 84. So it at least held its own with the others. And if that was adapted from a mobile story, if they're doing the same damn thing, I think they could do it well.
Yeah.
So, fuck yeah. So I'm just going to rip the rest of my list, which again is a lot, but I'm surprised that you didn't put this one down. I don't know if it's just because it's such an obvious one, but
it could have slipped my mind.
You know what? Yeah, we'll end with that one. But July 9th, Assassin's Creed Black Flag resynced. I'm super into. I love Assassin's Creed. Black Flag was my favorite aside from 2, so I'm into this. The remake looks awesome. The dynamic weather stuff, the stuff that they're adding in with new crew members that you can add, it looks really cool. Hopefully, they're kind of keeping it faithful and just adding in a couple things that a lot of fans really kind of like already. So I'll hype for that on July 9th. July 28th, Halo campaign evolved. Super hyped for that. Huge Halo guy too. So seeing the remake of Halo 1, obviously there's things that some people might not like. Some people, like me, don't really care as much. I'm fine with there being a sprint. It is a toggle. I can toggle it on and off, especially when it's not with multiplayer. It's not like I'm getting to a disadvantage by not having it. So I'm fine with it. Shit like that. Nick has sent me a couple things about it that look really cool. I didn't fucking know this. Apparently there's a shuffle mission option with skulls. So you can like randomly, like it'll generate one of the missions and just randomly put certain skulls on. And that's such a cool replayability factor that I wish the Master Chief Collection had. That it's like, again, just shuffle missions. You have 7 campaigns in here. You can't give me a shuffle option? Something small that would have been nice. But Halo campaign evolved. I'm super looking forward to. That's July 28th. Again, just jump in if you've got anything to say. Otherwise, I'll just keep.
No, not really. I think my only thing with that one is, like I've said in the now deleted episode, the skins thing kind of lame to me. They're adding third person to it too, which is kind of neat. I like they're adding the 3 prequel like kind of missions to it. My just thing with that is you're adding only the campaign of a game from 2001 with like 3 new missions, and you're charging $50 for it. It's a little steep.
Or you can get Game Pass.
I'm not doing that.
It's fair.
I need to see more from them before they get my money again like that.
That's fair. August 4th is my most anticipated game of the year with Beast of Reincarnation, the Game Freak action game. Holy shit.
I have my eye on it.
Oh my god. This gives, and especially, it should especially now, it gives me the music and the overall vibes of Nier with the combat of Lies of P meets Final Fantasy VII Remake and Rebirth. Are you fucking kidding? But made from, like, Game Freak.
Game Freak, yeah.
We're both Pokemon fans. I fucking hate what they've been doing. Scarlet and Violet is the most disgusting thing that has ever graced the video game industry. Yep. There's not a single worse video game that has ever been released in my mind. And not just to that degree, but the fact that it's not looked down upon and is in fact the 3rd highest selling Pokemon game of all time is absolutely fucking disgusting. I don't know how, it's terrible. But I want this game to do well because I want the conversation surrounding Game Freak to be, I promise we can make a good game. It's not us. Nintendo isn't giving us enough money or not enough time. Like, we can make good games given the parameters. I just want that to be the good conversation around it. But I'm so excited for this fucking game, dude. Mm-hmm. This looks awesome. Anything else to say about it?
No.
August 6th, Lies of P Complete Edition. I don't really have much to talk about because I played the shit out of Lies of P. But it's coming out on the Switch too, including the DLC, which is Overture. Holy fucking shit. I mean, you guys know, again, I kind of ripped into them on the previous episode. Maybe that's why it didn't come up. Maybe this is karma, but I'm not a fan of FromSoft. So, never liked the FromSoft game that I played. I put a decent amount of time into Elden Ring. I've tried Sekiro. Those are the only ones now. I still have to try Bloodborne and some Dark Souls games, and I will give them a shot because I want to try them. I want to see. But Lies of P is the only Souls-like action game that didn't just get me. Lies of P in my mind is leagues beyond whatever I've experienced from a FromSoft game. So if you like that kind of style and you've been interested, this is a good way to hop in. And like I said, Complete Edition, it has the DLC, which is unbelievable. Such a goddamn good game. So that's August 6th. August 13th. I wanted to pull up this page because this is actually... Give me 1 second. I'm going to pull up the Steam page. August 13th has a game called Duskfade coming out. And this is an indie title. This is from the developer Weird Beluga and published by Fireshine Games. This is a game, and basically the Steam page reads, shatter the shackles of time as you jump, swing, and slash through a fantastic world in this love letter to classic 3D action platformers. Zirian, accompanied by his mechanical cuckoo, must save his sister from a mysterious clock tower that has plunged the land into eternal night. This is a game that is basically hey, did you like Kingdom Hearts 1 and 2 on the PS2? Check this game out. His weapons totally looks like a Keyblade kind of thing. It's coming August 13th. There is a demo available. This has so been on my radar, so I will absolutely be at least checking this out with the demo and giving it a shot if that's your kind of shit. But August 13th is when that comes out. The day after, August 14th, Mafia: The Old Country, the Man of Honor DLC. I'm a Mafia guy. I enjoyed the new one. It wasn't the best game, but it was a good Mafia game, which is not a high bar, but it's fun. Like I said, if you like that stuff, you probably had fun with it. But what's really cool is they're bringing back Don Salieri, who was the Mafia boss of the first game. So it's really cool to kind of see his origin story. So I'm hyped for that as someone who's played it. So I'm looking forward to that. That's August 14th. September 3rd, Orbitals.
Oh, yeah.
That looks...
Yep,
that's
I'm
gonna be
definitely
awesome.
playing that.
Yeah. I don't know who I've heard say it like this, but man, dude, it's the first Haze-like game. It's gonna be fucking awesome.
Haze-like?
Your co-op experience, Haze Light Studios for It Takes Two, and
I didn't know the studio name.
Fiction stuff. Yeah, yep. So it's that's awesome. But yeah, Orbitals with like the whole kind of like 80s to 90s anime looking style graphics with like the co-op gameplay looks fucking cool. Nintendo Switch 2 exclusive, I believe. I don't think it's coming to Nintendo Switch 1, but at the very least, it's Nintendo Switch exclusive, whether it's 1 or 2.
Is it?
I'm looking forward to this.
Not going to be on anything else?
Nope.
Oh,
I'm pretty sure it's not. I will double check really quick.
Yeah, I thought it was going to be on Steam. I'm not seeing it there, so yeah.
Okay. Yeah, exclusively on Switch 2, so not even on Switch 1.
I was going to get it on Switch 2 anyway, so whatever.
Fuck yeah, that worked out.
Yeah.
Let's see. Next on my list, one that I know we talked about just because of the SGF stuff, Wolverine. I like Insomniac games. I like the Ratchet and Clank stuff that they've done in the Spider-Man games. I've been a fan of. I'm not the Marvel guy, so I'm not looking forward to this because it's Wolverine. I'm looking forward to this because I've enjoyed what they did with Spider-Man and what they do with their other games. So see what they do. I didn't think it showed the best at the PlayStation State of Play a couple Tuesdays ago. The combat looks cool, but we don't know anything about the rest of this game. So, although I did hear that it's not going to be an open world game. I don't know if these have been rumors.
I think that's probably the right call.
Yeah, especially
I think that works for Spider-Man.
Something that was so fun about. That was exactly it. Because I was going to say, so much of what the Spider-Man games are made up of is the traversal and swinging around the cities. Like, you're not going to be doing that with Wolverine, so where's the fun minute-to-minute gameplay that you're not getting from there? And the answer is, you're not going to be given the chance to, which I think is the right move for it. So, Wolverine was on the 15th. Also on the 15th, and a game that we were talking about briefly about maybe doing on stream, RuneScape Dragon Wilds is coming to consoles and stuff. So, that'd be pretty cool.
Yeah, I'll be playing that.
It's already out, but...
Yeah, I have access to it. I want to wait till it's done.
Totally fair. Do we have a 1.0 release date, or is the...
I think that is the one. Is it not? I don't know.
That's what I was thinking, but now I'm realizing that I only played RuneScape Dragon Wilds.
Yeah, I don't know if that's the... Their thing is so weird, because I feel like I've seen so many different release dates, and I look at their like roadmap on Steam, and I don't see 1.0 listed somewhere, so... Let me see if it has like any sort of... No. I see like September, October, November it says major update. All skills filled to level 99, more platforms. It's called the Scorned Wilderness at that point, but yeah.
Huh. So maybe we don't have 1.0 yet.
Oh, yeah, no, because Prayer's not even coming until December, so...
What did you say?
Prayer's not even coming until December.
Huh. That's crazy. All right, well... Yeah. Scratch that, maybe. I'm not a big fan of early access. I'm kind of with you. I like 1.0
I like
releases,
waiting until it's...
We'll see.
Multiplayer stuff, I'll do it, like competitive things or whatever, where it's like I'm not like missing the experience by playing it early, but like single player, like even if this is co-op, I feel like I don't want to have to start over when a new skill comes out. I'd rather just get the whole experience. Yeah.
Yep, 100%. I'm with you. A game that is kind of being a game. I don't know if I brought it up here. Alabaster Dawn is kind of the same way.
Oh yeah, that looks kind of
where that looks awesome. But then they're like, yeah, it's in early access right now. We're not planning a 1.0 release date for like another 2 to 4 years. And I'm like, I'm gonna forget about it by then. We're gonna be in so many other games. I don't know, man.
Yeah.
So that's how I feel. September 17th, Trails in the Sky second chapter. We talked about already. Also September 17th, Fire Emblem Fortune's Weave.
Mm-hmm.
I am so in on this. Like, after seeing a little bit more gameplay that they showed off in the Nintendo Direct, this game is absolutely Three Houses Part 2. Like, so much of what they were doing in Three Houses is present here as well. So I am so into this. I played Three Houses for the first time at the beginning of last year. I've been playing through Path of Radiance. I plan on playing some more Fire Emblem too. So I'm in my Fire Emblem mode. I cannot wait for Fortune's Weave. But did you hear that the price is $80 for physical though?
Yeah, that's kind of crazy.
That. So that's fun.
Is it? It's not keycard, right? They are doing a full physical release for that.
I haven't heard that it's keycard, which probably means
you charge
it's not
$80 for keycard. That would be
a keycard. Yeah, that'd be kind of rough. September 24th, Control Resonant. This game's fucking insane, dude. Insane. People got their hands on it on SGF. People have been talking about it, and they say it feels incredible. Like, some people were concerned, like, with the changing of the gravities and shifting everything. They were like, is it going to feel floaty? Is it going to feel a little weird? And they're like, no, this feels unbelievably grounded. It seems like it's being done really well. So I cannot wait to see what this game is going to be doing. September 24th, Control Resonant. I have October 6th for Gears of War E-Day, October 13th for Valor Mortis. I don't have much to say about this one, but October 15th, I have Castlevania Belmont's Curse. I'm not the Metroidvania guy, but this game looked pretty cool. I think it's Game Pass, but I could be wrong about that. If it is Game Pass, I'll jump in and try it. But other than that, it looks really cool for fans of the franchise, but not my kind of thing. October 22nd, Final Fantasy Resonance. October 23rd, One Piece Grand Gourmet, just because it's a One Piece game, and like that looks like the kind of game I'm like, all right, I'm getting kind of tired, but I have my Switch next to me. I'll load it up. The sprites look cute.
Yeah, they did.
400 characters? What the fuck is this? That's awesome. So, I'll shout that out. I love a One Piece game. And then I have two left. One I am shocked that you didn't put. October 29th, Phantom Blade Zero.
I almost did, but Onimusha and Phantom Blade Zero have a very similar, like, kind of aesthetic
feel to it.
So I was like, I'm picking one of these, and I'm more excited for Onimusha.
That's fair. Yeah, Phantom Blade Zero I think looks fucking awesome. Again, like, I'm not the FromSoft guy, but I do like that action style combat. I've been trying to get into Wuchang Fallen Feathers. I didn't give myself enough time with it yet from last year. I know people weren't too high on that one, but I want to give that a shot. But Phantom Blade Zero looked really cool from the gameplay that we've seen. It got pushed from September 9th now to October 29th, so it's one of the closest, like, bigger name games close to GTA 6. Yep. So we'll see about that. And November 19th, GTA 6. You didn't want to put that?
I'm not that excited.
That's fucking crazy.
Yeah, I'll play it, obviously. But like, I'll play through the story. I'll have fun with that. Like with GTA 5 13 years ago, I'll never play the story again.
Okay.
And then I'll probably have some fun in multiplayer. But I'm at a point right now with games where just dicking around with my friends doesn't really do it for me as much, which is a lot of what GTA multiplayer was for me. And I kind of just, I'm not going to say aged out of that, but like I have like less time to play video games, and I don't know, I want to make progress in something. I want to experience a story. I don't want to just,
you know, Randy, with as many games as you finished in the last 2 weeks, I just don't know if that last statement was true.
What do you mean?
You're like, I just don't have enough. I just don't have as much time to play video games. Motherfucker, you put 38 hours into Gothic.
That's fair.
You finished the entire Devil May Cry series.
What's crazy though is like I used to play more, so like.
But you didn't finish anything. So did you really?
Yes, I just played more multiplayer stuff at the time, and I did things in like GTA where I just have races with my friends and stuff like that. And I have less friends who are on now at the same time as me now that we're older, and it's like I'll have some fun, but I don't just doing some races with my friend probably won't be like the thing. I'm not like in Forza. It's like, hey, I'm progressing. I'm making like cars and stuff. I don't really care with GTA. You know, like
that's fair.
Yeah.
Yeah. No. I mean,
I'm sure I'll have a great time, but
yeah. We're June 17th right now. I feel like we're kind of a ticking time bomb right now. Like any day now, we can get that third trailer with the pre-order now and then the confirmed release date. I'm of the mind that I think it is November 19th. Man, someone made a joke. I was listening to Kind of Funny. I think this was a week ago because I'm behind on their content now. But someone made a joke in their chat that's just like, can you imagine if Rockstar comes out and says, "Great news, everybody! GTA 6 is now launching at the end of September. We've moved up the release date," and everyone's like, "Oh fuck!"
That'd be so funny.
That'd be insane.
I don't think they do that. I think no. Yeah,
They,
there's really
they,
no
they
reason
know what
to.
they did. They know what everyone else did because of what they did.
Yeah.
They'd leave it there for anything. I mean, again, like we got through all of SGF and we see nothing in November. One game I think got a December date, which was Dragon Quest Monsters. For some fucking reason, they threw that December 3rd. Fucking
Yeah,
weird.
I think that's gonna have very little overlap with GTA fans, so that's
Yeah,
probably.
I think it's all right. I mean, like, we talked about this, and like, I understand wanting to avoid GTA 6, but is it better to put your game out and now compete with the other 12 massive titles in the same week? Like, what are you looking up?
I was typing in. I was trying to see if anything's getting released in November, and I accidentally typed it into the search bar for this recording, and it gave me like a, "Are you sure you want to leave?" And I was like, "Oh, thank God you gave me that," because like,
it would have fucked so much up. That's so funny. But yeah, like we have next to nothing, I think, during those times, and it's like literally just for what I've written down.
Godzilla Destroy All Monsters Melee Remastered is November 3rd.
And don't forget about that Barbie game that's now in
Metaphor
November
ReFantazio Switch 2 port November 12th.
Yeah, shocker. Insane. But it's like, it's so crazy because like now you're either putting your game out in the mess that's like middle of September to like middle of October, or you're delaying it through the end of the year to like February, which is
now also becoming a mess.
Because you have, I mean, literally like January 15th is Stranger Than Heaven. You have the Tomb Raider remake in February. Again, that's not massive, but you have Persona 4 Revival February 18th, Fable February 23rd, and Metro 2039 is slated for February as well. So that's already becoming a clusterfuck. It's ridiculous. So
I'm honestly more excited for February than I am this year right now. Like that.
It's fair. Yeah, I between Fable, Persona 4 Revival, and Stranger Than Heaven alone, I'll be set for the year.
Yeah.
All day on Game Pass, by the way. Fucking insane.
Yeah, that's crazy. That's some value for Game Pass right there.
Yeah. I mean, again, like, I know it's a shitty way of looking at it.
Well.
Metro's on Game Pass as well?
I think so. Because that was announced. That was shown off the Xbox One.
That is a good point. I mean, that's fucking, like, even not counting Metro, if you're just looking at Stranger Than Heaven, Persona, and Fable, like, if you're looking at it for Game Pass Ultimate, it's $23 a month, which comes to $276 for the year. You're getting $210 worth of value from just those.
You're not playing. I don't think you can get through all those games in a month.
No.
If you like have a normal life, but
right, that's true. Well, fucking insane. So yeah, pretty cool year of gaming. You know, we're definitely.
Sorry, I just googled it. Metro will not be available on Game Pass day one.
You piece of shit. That's fine.
Yeah.
Right,
it will have Xbox Play Anywhere support, but.
Thank God.
Yeah. You know what? That's kind of a cool thing, but
it is.
Yeah.
I'm not using it.
Yeah, I don't. So it's kind of cool, but I also don't really get it. It's probably in like very specific circumstances, but like the thing is, my PC and Xbox are in the same house. I can't really bring them places with me, so I don't have. If you have like a mobile, like the ROG Ally or something that has Xbox stuff, that's great. But yeah.
All right, so those are the games we're excited for. We're getting close to the hour here, so we might actually end with a pretty good, reasonable amount of time. But Randy, we still have one more topic that we wanted to discuss.
Yeah, it should be a short one too. So,
Game of the Year discussion.
Yeah, just like
so we're now like almost halfway officially through the year. I mean, we have a clusterfuck of games towards the end half. But Randy, what do you? So okay, first off, let's just talk about this really quick. Because I've seen this being a hot topic kind of thing, because we really don't know, industry insiders that do vote for this stuff aren't allowed to say. GTA 6. Is it 2026 Game Awards or 2027?
Oh, yeah, it depends on the release date. So.
Because November 19th is kind of like, it's kind of pushing the 2027.
I think what we should do is operate under the assumption that it will be 2027. Because I think, as of right now, if we're including games that haven't come out yet, I don't see a world that GTA doesn't win.
Yeah.
Just based on hype alone.
So here's how I think we can do it. We'll operate under the fact that GTA 6 is 2027. We'll talk about Game of the Year. And then we can talk about which one gets booted for GTA 6.
Okay. Yeah, and I think we should also do really quick just our current personal games of the year.
I'm fine with that. 100%. Yeah. Okay.
You want to start with that?
So
one?
Now. Huh?
You want to start with that one then?
Yeah, totally.
Game that you've played so far that you would give Game of the Year if it was just out of this year right now. For yourself, not what you think is like
right, the Game of the Year. What is my Game of the Year? It's really funny. I have to look at what else came out in 2026. I feel like I didn't play a lot of games that came out this year.
I was thinking the same thing with mine, because like the ones that I just beat, all the Devil May Cry's, none of them were this year. Final Fantasy Remake, not this year. I think I've only played and beaten one.
Because I can think of one, and it's a game that I really loved, because like I know like the big ones, like, you know, when I think of like Resident Evil Requiem, I didn't play.
Yeah.
You know what? No, I played a couple. I forgot that I played High on Life 2. Oh, I think that's gonna be the one. You know what? Just to kind of keep this moving, I'll talk about mine really quick, and then I'll keep looking to see if anything like tops it.
Okay, yeah, because I have a couple
mine
that
so
I
far
could
is
give it
Pragmata.
to, but it's Pragmata.
Mine is Pragmata.
Okay, yeah. Mine's kind of between a couple. I would think, actually, it's between two, really. It's between Forza Horizon 6 and Gothic Remake.
Okay,
I think
fair.
I'm giving it to Gothic.
Wow. Okay. All right. Yeah. So yeah, talk about Gothic really quick. Like what? Like why is it your game of the year?
So it is a little buggy. It has some performance problems. They have been fixing that stuff. I personally have not experienced many things. I think I had one bug that was kind of major, but it was, and one of the quests was bugged for me. But so the thing was, it was like a kind of optional quest where it can kind of give you a better route near the ending of the game. And I could not finish it. Like it was like, without getting into spoilers, something was supposed to be there because I did this that was not there, and I basically had to go through as if I didn't do this side quest, which would have helped me out, or this optional thing would have helped me out, which was kind of annoying. But other than that, the game starts you off. The first enemy you see is a mole rat. If you get hit by it, it does 90% of your health. And your character is really bad at everything. They can't swing a sword. So you swing, and the animation's like they're really bad at everything.
Like really trying.
The animation takes forever. So if you get caught out and like you're getting hit and you're dead, you're getting hit a second time and you're dead. And that's just everything in the beginning of the game is going to kill you. Quick save is your best friend. But as you progress, you start like meeting NPCs. They could teach you new skills. They could teach you things like how to dodge roll. They could teach you how to be better with a sword. They could teach you a lot of magic spells. There's so many different things with magic that are really cool and very helpful. There's the nighttime in the game is actually dark. It doesn't just feel like a blue filter over things. I genuinely can't fucking see. I need a torch with me or a light spell that illuminates things around me.
That's awesome.
There's no quest markers. You don't even have a map unless you can find the NPC who sells them. And it's not like they're marked or anything as an NPC or as a market. There's no like shop icon above them. There's no icons for anything. There's no, this is an available quest. When you stumble upon something, it's because you found it. And I love that.
Yeah,
I love that so much. And then by the end of the game, when you have like good armor and you're trained up and you've like done all that stuff, your character's genuinely strong. Like one enemy probably can't kill you. You will run by like a mole rat from the beginning of the game, which might be kind of hard to find because enemies don't really like, after you kill them a couple times in an area, they don't respawn. Yeah, if you do find like a mole rat or something and it hits you, you'll notice your health bar didn't fucking go down. It doesn't matter. Like, so it's kind of it's one of those games where like at first it feels like Dark Souls level rough, maybe worse than that, maybe harder because like it's not like, oh, if I dodge at the perfect time, like I'll be okay. No, you can't fucking dodge, and your character can't swing anything. So I saw Mortismal, the guy who does 100% reviews. I think he put it kind of well with like, it doesn't feel like a player skill driven thing. It feels like a character skill driven thing. So it's going to be difficult, and it doesn't really matter how good you are at the game. You can, obviously it matters a little bit if you don't even know that you can like fucking dodge or that you can block or something, or like if you don't know how the timing is going to work early on, you're going to die. But it is character skill. It's you progressed your character, and it feels like it's very immersive because of that, I think. I loved it.
Hell yeah. That's sick.
Yeah.
This is one that I want to give a shot to. Again, with everything that you said.
I do have one thing that I don't know about how much I feel of it as a negative or not. So there's 3 factions, and you can progress through the story 3 different ways with it. And so the thing is, you join a faction pretty fucking early on. You pick one of the 3. And that changes like a lot about your playthrough of the game. However, at a certain point in like the last like 2-ish chapters, maybe 3, the stories all like converge into one, so the endings don't change. And it is a game from 2001, so it's not like I'm like gonna hold that too much against it, where it's like, oh yeah, I don't have Baldur's Gate level of like different amounts of endings. Like no, but I would have liked some variance in the endings depending on the faction you chose, which there isn't.
Okay. Totally understandable.
That's a remake thing. While they did keep the game pretty faithful, obviously it feels so different to play. They added content. I think they added like 10 to 15 hours of content for each faction as well. So they have added quite a bit of stuff, and yeah, it great experience.
Hell yeah. This is something that's been on my radar for a while, because one of my friends on Twitch, he actually streamed Gothic like within the last year and a half. And I was like, damn, this actually looks pretty cool. He's like, yeah, it's getting a remake. And I was like, oh shit, like yeah, I'll keep that on my radar. I'll check it out. So now that it's out, both me and Nick are pretty interested, so I'm sure we'll kind of pick it up at some point and jump into it and give it a shot.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah. But like I said, I did look through the list now, so for sure it's Pragmata for me. Like by a lot. This game was so fucking good. Like this again, Capcom kind of just on their shit right now. This scored well, and a lot of people really liked it. They've already expressed like a lot of interest in turning this into like an IP and continuing doing stuff with it. I think this.
I just forgot for like one of my most hyped things, the Dragon's Dogma 2 expansion.
Oh yeah, that's fair.
Add that into there. Keep going though.
All right, yeah. We'll talk about that in a second then. So Pragmata, I think like what there was like I said, this is my favorite game that I played this year. So understand that this only hit so much, but man, I do not understand why people would like felt like attached to this story so much. Like I've seen other things, because like so much of what this story does is like it has the father ties between Hugh and Diana, but like man, this is weird.
It's
I don't like it. Yeah, pretty basically. But like in such like a, I don't know if it's poorly written way or just like cringy, or like maybe I'm heartless, but like damn man, we find a basketball out in the world and we're like, oh, let's take that back to the shelter. There's collectibles, so you take it back to the shelter. And she was like, what's this? And you're like, oh, that's a basketball. And she's like, basketball? And you're like, yeah, you pick it up and you shoot it in the hoop. And then for the rest of the time in the shelter while you're upgrading weapons, she's like running around the fucking shelter trying to pick up the basketball that's rolling away from her. And I look at that and I'm like, man, some people might find that cute. Not me. That's weird. I didn't need this. I could have continued this game without that. I don't know, like that.
Yeah.
Again, it has a certain charm to it that just did not hit for me, but it did for other people. People really, really fell in love with the relationship of these characters. And again, I think like the thing that made this game so good to me was the linear nature of it, the exploration to certain degrees, and the combat. The combat is through and through what made this game for me. Like the hacking, the gunplay feels so goddamn good. Mixing and matching the different guns in your inventory, what you're bringing with you, what they do, is so goddamn perfect. And the builds that you can make, like I know it's not like a lot of replayability because there's not much things happening in the story, but like the replayability of going to different sections and beating these bosses, trying this different build, trying like a hacking only build, trying a gun only build. Like it's so crazy what you can do. Like again, going for all the achievements for this game, and I was trying to beat this one boss being like, man, I do not know how to beat the enhanced version of this. And I go to YouTube to look for some like tips and suggestions for what people are doing. People are like, oh yeah, you can do this by just jumping and hacking. And I'm like, you don't even fire your gun? They're like, not one single time. And I'm like, how the fuck do you do that? It's crazy what you can do if you want to get into the ins and outs of the menus and what you can build and shit. It's crazy fun. But the gunplay feels second to none in my opinion. It's so smooth. It's really well done. So I'd love to see an IP out of this, just because I want more of this gameplay. I don't know what they could do for story, but I'll leave that to everyone else who wants to play it. I'm not spoiling anything, so go check it out if you haven't already. If that sounds anything interesting to you, the hacking is awesome. Pragmata.
Hell yeah.
But okay, so we missed one that you were hyped for. Do you want to talk about Dragon's Dogma, Dark Arisen?
Just for the sake of time, not too much, but I am very excited for that. And I'm also excited because there's some copium going on in the Devil May Cry community about that, because that director and basically the entire Devil May Cry 5 team was working on Dragon's Dogma 2 and now the expansion. So there's a lot of people thinking that once they're done with this, they might work on another Devil May Cry.
All right, there we go.
Which would be cool. But in the meantime,
Yeah.
I like Dragon's Dogma, so
Hell
I'm
yeah.
just excited for this.
Hell yeah. Okay. So how we're going to handle the Game of the Year talk. I have a couple of games written down that I think could be contenders, and then we can talk about games that are still coming out that could be contenders. Do you want to just do it that way, or do you want to build your 6 and I'll build my 6? Like, how do you want to do it?
Oh no, let's just talk about a couple that could be contenders and then pick one.
Okay. So I'll talk. So I'm just going to list out what I have here so far. Pocopia. Do you think we see it?
I think it's getting a nomination.
Okay.
I don't know.
I
if
think
it wins,
like this.
but I think it's getting a nomination.
Oh, I don't think it wins by. I don't think it has a fucking chance of winning. And that's not to its detriment, because I think out of all the life sims and stuff, like this is by far the clearest winner of what it could be. But I think there's way too much heat. I don't think it stands a chance. So yeah, but I agree. We can totally see Pocopia as a nomination here. I think it deserves it for what it does, for the amount of content that's in it. This is not slander. Like my saying it doesn't stand a chance of winning isn't slandering it. That's just kind of speaking up to what else is here.
Yeah,
because Resident Evil Requiem, I think, is also an easy nomination. That game had insane reviews. People loved the action combat that you have with Leon, the stealthy sections with Grace. I think that's her name. I didn't play the game.
I didn't play it. I'm not a Resident Evil fan, but yeah.
But no, I like glowing reviews from everyone, fans and critics alike. So I think this is an easy nomination. I know it came out early February, so there's a whole recency bias thing. We have a lot of heat coming at the end of the year, but I still think this is an easy contender.
Yeah.
This one is more divisive, and I'm curious where you land on it, because I think it's going to be one of the highest selling games by the end of the year. Crimson Desert.
I don't think it deserves Game of the Year, although, and it's kind of hard to say, because with the amount of continued support, I think it should win. The amount of
you think it should win?
The amount of have you seen the amount of updates and like new stuff they've added to that game based on what people have been wanting? It is crazy. They've slowed down a little bit now, but it's been like it was like every week or two you're getting an insane update with things people have been. The entire community, it's like top of the list. Cool, you have it now, and the amount of updates they've done since that game came out, crazy. So I don't think it should win. I think you need a little more story, a little more on that, but it definitely is not lacking in terms of content. And a lot of the content's really good. So I think,
hell yeah,
I think I almost want to give it a nomination. I know earlier in the year I had some recency bias and I was a little more high on it than I am now looking back. But
do you think we see Crimson Desert win other categories? Do you think we can?
Well,
see
that's what
I
was thinking about winning. Continued support. I think it should win that.
Yeah. Okay. How about best RPG?
No. With the lack of story, no.
Okay.
Yeah, because I think even I know Carnage is a streamer, YouTuber. He was talking about this. He had interviewed one of the marketing guys before the game came out, and it set his expectations in the right spot, because one of the marketing guys specifically did not call it an RPG. He called it an action sandbox game, and I think that fits it a lot better.
Okay. Yeah. I thought Carnage was Ray from Rooster Teeth for like literally until about 3 months.
That's kind of hilarious, but yeah.
Do they look similar?
Not really. They both have a beard.
Shut the fuck. Hold on. I'm looking this up. Everyone's got to look this up with me. My browser froze. Give me 2 seconds. Okay, good. I was like, man, maybe I shouldn't be doing this. Ray from Rooster Teeth. We're getting to this bottom. We're getting to the bottom of this now. He looks exactly like.
No, he doesn't.
You shut your mouth. This is what I'm going to find out, that Ray from Rooster Teeth is actually who I thought Carnage was, and I had it backwards. Hold on. Are you kidding?
Dude, they just have facial hair.
Their head shape is the same? Brother, there's no way. Get in the fucking comments. They're the same. They both wear It might just be that they both wear glasses and have beards, but like...
They do both have that,
guys,
yeah.
The more that I'm flipping between the two, I'm starting to think that that's exactly what I'm seeing. Get in the comments. Ray from Rooster Teeth, if you're hearing this, hello, Carnage, because you're the same fucking person. I've never seen them in the same room together, so shut the fuck up.
Yeah, me neither. Watch there's a picture of them in the same room together.
It's actually the third one on Google Images that I'm looking at, and I'm like, it's the same person. It's anyway, we're gonna move on. Okay, so Crimson Desert. So far, Pocopia, Requiem, and Crimson Desert, you think could easily get nominations?
I think the first two could easily get nominations. I would like Crimson Desert. The amount this year, though, I think in another year, Crimson Desert easily gets a nomination. But this year is like
Here's what we'll do. Then we'll keep talking about all of them, and then we'll kind of look back and be like, all right, what do we cut?
Yeah.
So to keep moving, then what about Pragmata?
I didn't play it. I stopped hearing about it like a month after it came out. So
I think this is one that could have done a lot from recency bias because I think people were incredibly high on this, but I think having come out in April, I think by the time you get to November, especially with the heat that we have later on in the year, I don't think this makes the cut.
I could see like a different category nomination maybe winning, but yeah.
100%. How about Forza? Forza Horizon 6.
I mean, best racing game, it's winning.
Easy. Yeah.
Easy. Like, no question. I feel weird putting a racing game for game of the year because it only has to do one thing
really well. Yeah.
Yeah.
But it sucks. And again, especially with the heat coming, it's hard to kind of make that cut. But
I would put it in it'll probably end up in my personal like list of games of the year, like nominations, but I don't know if it wins.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, the next one, 007 First Light.
No.
I'll be honest with you. It's not only an unequivocal yes that it's a nomination, it stands to win. Like,
really?
I think, like, again, and it's not me saying that this is a clear like best game of the year. I think this checks off every single box that the people who vote on the Game Awards looks for. This is your Uncharted that we haven't gotten in 10 years.
This fair. This is
the linear story driven game that those people that the people that have been missing Uncharted, that the people have been missing that kind of like story driven PlayStation narrative. This is the game that's kind of taking that spot. That's also doing the IO what IO does best with the sandbox, solve your own kind of situation stuff.
Yeah.
I haven't played it myself yet. I do plan on playing it shortly. I'll probably be playing it in July on stream with a couple of my friends. I'm very much looking forward to it. I again, by the end of it, I haven't really heard any negatives. Like, the negatives are just that it's going between what Uncharted was versus what Hitman is. And as someone who likes both of those things, I'm fucking ready for it. So I think this just checks, like I said, I haven't played it, so I can't say it's the best game of this year. I think it just checks a lot of the boxes that the people who vote for Game of the Year are going to be looking at. So
yeah, that's fair.
Yeah. And the only one that I have listed here that came out so far is Mina the Hollower, as like kind of like your indie thing.
Yeah, I could see that because it takes two to win. So
yeah, I think Mina the Hollower is the highest rated game of the year so far. I think it beat Forza Horizon. I think people are really high on this. It's from the Shovel Knight developers, and I think people really love that. So I could totally see this coming away with it.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's all that I had that kind of jumped out to me that came out this year so far. But for games that are coming out, I mean, there's a lot. What do you like? Does anything stand out to you that you're like, oh, this should be an easy nomination?
There's so much coming out that it's like I don't even know if we should like even begin. We'll be here all fucking day.
Well, I mean, we already talked about them.
Yeah,
like with games that are coming out that we're excited for, so we can kind of just list them. Because
just list them off and give it a yes or no.
Okay.
And we'll talk a little bit more about some bigger ones.
How about Orbitals?
Another category, not game of the year.
I agree. Wolverine.
Like you said, it checks boxes. It checks boxes like First Light does, but I'm on the fence about that one.
Of course, it isn't out yet. So unless it really destroys things, I don't see it getting nomination. Like, if you're going to check the boxes on something, I think you're going to get First Light over Wolverine.
Yeah,
unless it does something really
action
different.
Game or something, but yeah, maybe.
Yeah, agreed. Fire Emblem Fortune's Weave. Do you think this is Nintendo's for the year? I feel like it's...
Yes, but I don't really feel like we see Nintendo get like too many like Game of the Year like nominations like that.
I mean, I feel like we get them most years. Like Super Mario Odyssey, Super Mario Wonder, Tears of the Kingdom. What else? I mean, they're the big Nintendo titles that get them.
Yeah, so I don't know if
Donkey Kong Bonanza.
That's really good point. But
exactly what you were about to say though is Fire Emblem that franchise for Nintendo.
Yeah,
especially with all the heat. I think we could see it in other categories very similarly. I don't think we see it in the main one.
I don't either, but yeah. I feel like a lot of JRPGs, even if they are really good, a lot of times they kind of get a little, I don't want to say snubbed, but like...
they get pushed down.
Yeah,
You do. They do.
So,
an easy one for me. Control Resonant.
yeah.
That's absolutely.
Oh, yeah, that's definitely.
easiest.
I can just say now that's probably getting nominated. Could win very easily.
Yeah, easily. 100%.
Hard to say when it's not out, but yeah.
Yeah, I think we can see it easy. Gears of War. I don't think we're seeing it there.
Maybe a nomination for action game or something, or shooter or something. But yeah,
it's rough when you see like that like one of the headlining Xbox games that we say, it might get a nomination in a category that's not Game of the Year. It's a rough situation to be in, but that's what it is. And even like on the rest of this list, I don't think we have too many others that like would really stand out.
My words, but yeah.
Huh?
If we're wrong about that, I'll totally eat my words. But yeah, I just
absolutely. I would
right
love to eat my words on that one.
I would love to. Yeah.
I would love for Gears to succeed in this in a really good way. Because like I feel like the other ones are like not niche, but like Castlevania Belmont's Curse. Like I don't think that's niche.
It's not. It's maybe not like, niche, but just not the type of thing that's going to get put up.
Hollow Knight Silksong, but like, does Castlevania hold the weight of what Hollow Knight did recently? I don't think so. Even though it has,
I don't think so. It has history, but unless it like absolutely just like blows expectations out of the water, then
we're not going to see it there. I think the art looks really cool, but I don't know. Same with Final Fantasy Resonance. I don't think that stands a chance.
Me neither.
Of course, it would be really nice. And then GTA 6, of course. So okay. So what's our 6 then? What do you think our 6 is? If I had to put the 6 to it, I think we're seeing Pacopia. I think we're seeing Resident Evil Requiem. I think we're seeing 007 First Light, Control Resonant, Mina the Hollower, and Wolverine. Those are my 6. I'll throw them out there. I'll repeat it now that I kind of don't have to take breaks. I'm gonna say we're gonna see for our 6. We're gonna see Wolverine, Pacopia, Resident Evil Requiem, 007 First Light, Mina the Hollower, and Control Resonant. Those are the 6.
I don't know about Wolverine.
That's the and I said that too. That's the one that I don't think. But what would you put over Wolverine?
It's like
how about like would you see like a Phantom Blade Zero? Like would an action game like that?
Something like that. I would say what about maybe an equal chance.
What about Duskbloods? I don't think that's this year.
No,
but
no, I don't think that's.
You're like, no, even if it is this year, I don't think so.
Even if it is this year, I don't think so. Wait, let me just see really quick.
And again, of course, while he's doing that, guys, get in the comments. Let us know what you think the 6 is. Of course, with those 6, I would also say that if something gets pushed out for GTA 6, probably would be Wolverine. Like I said at work, I'm kind of on the fence of that one. It's not out yet, so it's always tough to talk about. But as of right now, for what we've seen, what it's shown, and what we think will happen, I think something like Control Resonance shows way better than what Wolverine has. So
I agree. Did you have Forza in yours?
No, I did not.
I would put Forza in place of Wolverine.
Okay. Totally.
I would say either in place of Wolverine or 007 First Light. I think one of those two it might edge out.
Okay.
But yeah.
Absolutely. Hell yeah. It's gonna be a fun year because again, as happy as I was at the Game Awards last year for Claire Obscure winning absolutely everything, it is the situation where it's like, well, I wish Blueprints went home with something. I wish this game did. I wish this game did. Everything was kind of just Claire Obscure this and Claire Obscure that. So I don't think we're going to see that this year.
I don't think unless GTA makes the cut, then
yeah,
we might.
That's a good point. Yeah, everyone was upset last year because they were like, "Oh, GTA 6 is going to win everything," and then GTA 6 got pushed, and then Claire Obscure won everything.
Yep.
But that's unprecedented. No matter what, GTA 6 cannot win the categories that Claire.
Here's a very quick, interesting question I have to pose for this.
Okay.
GTA and Red Dead, just kind of Rockstar historically puts out their single player games and like a month later puts out their multiplayer games. Do you think it gets included if their multiplayer gets split off from it?
Absolutely.
It does? Okay.
Absolutely, because once again, the people voting on the Game Awards, I think, have very different criteria than what everyone else is looking at. Because I think a lot of people out here in the space are looking at GTA 6 for the multiplayer. But I think, and don't get me wrong, I think.
But I think kind of more what I meant by that question was more like, does the multiplayer still like count as making the cutoff for? If like let's say GTA single player comes out and then like a week later is the cutoff where we're no longer accepting games for the Game Awards, and they put out GTA Online 2.
I mean, I think it's still. I mean, regardless, GTA 6 will be out, so
Yeah.
they would look at that as they would probably grade it as the single player content that's there.
Yeah, we probably have to look back too, because GTA 5 and GTA Online are called different things, so it's like it is included.
It wasn't at first, was it?
I think it was.
I don't think they separated the two until the Xbox Series X and PS5 launches. I mean, it was GTA Online, but it was a separate mode inside of GTA.
Yeah, you couldn't buy it separately, but I think it was still called like GTA Online.
So if that was the case, it's still technically GTA 5.
Yeah, that's fair.
Because it's like a different mode. But now if they separate it, it might be a different story. So that is an interesting question. But I think whatever ends up getting graded would be GTA 6. And then if it is part of GTA 6, they'll just add it as like, oh yeah, this was added on a couple weeks later. And, it's kind of just like updates that get added in. But, But like I said, like a lot of what they look for are single player stuff. That's why you don't see a lot of multiplayer games being talked about it on the final 6 anyway. So when you're looking at that, if they do the single player stuff right, I don't think it matters too much about that. But I mean, so just to close this out with one simple question, Randy, I think I know your answer, because you don't seem too terribly excited for GTA and what it's going to be. Would you want GTA to be part of 2027's Game Awards or 2026's? And do you think, with recency bias, like if it comes out November 19th and it is a 2027 Game Award topic, do you think anything in 2027 stands a chance to beat it? Like having
I think
over
I don't think it really matters, because I don't think it really matters either way, because there's a lot of good games coming out so far that we already know of in 2027, and probably more that are going to get announced. So either way, something's getting snowed because of the GTA. So it's it's 50-50.
It's one year or the other. With Fable and Final Fantasy VII Revelations already slated for 2027, and so many other incredible titles.
Yeah, so, we don't even know what's coming out in the second half of the year, so it's like
it's crazy.
Yeah.
So really cool games. We love these things. Like I said, in the comments, let us know what you're hyped for the rest of 2026. Let us know what you want to see as Game of the Year. Let me know what you think is Game of the Year, and give me your 6. And any other topic that you want to talk about in terms of Game of the Year. What do you think will be best RPG, best action? Do we get best fighting game every year?
I think so.
Are there 6 fighting games that come out every year? There's just no fucking way.
Yes, there's so many. I don't.
You
don't hear about it. It's such a niche genre.
That's true. But yeah, I mean, last year didn't they have 3 remakes in there? We had a remaster collection as one of the 6 as one of the 5 fighting games. It's like
that's fair. Yeah,
it's like maybe we didn't need the category this year, but it is what it is. So let us know what you're excited for in that sense, and we'll keep on going. Thank you as always for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment. Not necessarily in that order, but something like that. Hopefully we're going to be talking about some other content and what we want to keep doing for the channel, get some more outreach. So hopefully we'll have some more socials for you to check out, maybe some TikTok, some YouTube shorts and stuff like that. We'll talk about streaming on Twitch. We have our channel all set up, so we'll start linking all that shit into a link tree and get that out there. But everyone, thank you for checking us out. Randy?
Never gonna have an ending.
Not once.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.